Morning, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series of the professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season. This is now I'm dealing with the 1999 Atlanta Braves, and I've been continuing doing this for a while. The Major League Baseball teams that I've seen in my lifetime that was really good, great teams, and they just didn't win the championship during that season despite how great their record was, how great their regular season was, how good it was. They didn't win the championship. So the team that I'm going to be talking about today is the 1999 Atlanta Braves. This team definitely should have won the championship. They had 103 wins, 59 losses, 103 wins and 59 losses. They won their fifth consecutive division title. They appeared in the World Series for the fifth time during the 90s. But unfortunately, they played the Yankees like they did in 96, and this time the Braves got swept. The Braves played the Yankees in the second World Series against the Yankees in 4 years. And this will be, to date, their last National League pennant for the Braves. And they had two big-time players. One was John Rocker. He was a great closer in what he did, 38 saves. Chipper Jones was the league MVP, the National League's MVP, rightfully so. He had 310, had a 310 batting average, 45 home runs, 110 RBIs. He sealed the award because of what he did against the Mets in September. So this team was definitely a big-time team. They had different faces, compared to the other teams in the early 90s. They still had Otis Nixon, Brett Boone. He wasn't on, I don't think he's part of those early 90s Braves teams. Chipper Jones came to focus during like the mid-90s in a sense. Brian Jordan, Javi Lopez, Ryan Klesko, Andrew Jones, Walt Weiss. Guys like that was on his team, but the best player on the team, no question, was Chipper Jones. Basically, they got swept by the Yankees. The Yankees don't going through their dynasty. They have won the championship in '96, won it in '98. They won back-to-back titles in '99. So they won what was their third championship in 4 years. So let's look at the Houston Astros against the Braves, which they played each other in the divisional series, where the Atlanta Braves won 3-1. Then in the National League Championship Series, they played against the New York Mets, and they beat the Mets in 6 games. Actually, they had to go to extra innings to win that ball game. In 11 innings, 10-9. So they ended up in the World Series. They played the Yankees, and like I said, they got swept. And Mariano Rivera was the MVP of the World Series. The Yankees was 98-64. Again, the Braves had the home field advantage. They were 103-59 during the regular season, but it didn't matter. The Yankee team was just a team that was just on another level. They were focused. They were locked in. They knew how to win, and it wasn't going to be denied. The '99 series also was remembered by Chad Curtis's walk-off home run in Game 3, which gave the Yankees a 6-5 victory. Okay, so let's get into it. It's only 4 games. Okay, Game 1 was obviously in Atlanta. Greg Maddux faced Orlando Hernandez. It became the latest World Series to begin, because it began on October 23rd. Anyway, Chipper Jones hit a home run down the right field line in the 4th inning. That would be the only hit that Orlando Hernandez, were allowed through 7 innings while striking out 10 batters. So Maddux was pitching very well. He had pitched scoreless, 3-hit ball through 7 for runs in trouble in the 8th, where Scott Brooks just got a single. Darryl Strawberry pinch hit, walked. Chuck Knobloch reached when Braves first baseman Brian Hunter mishandled the sacrifice bunt. Then Derek Jeter stroked the single to left with the base loaded, driving a run with still nobody out and bases juiced. John Rocker came in, gave up a 2-run single to Paul O'Neill through the right side, making it 3-1 Yankees. And then Rocker walked Jimmy Leyritz, lowered the bases to force another run home. And Mariano did his thing like he usually do at that time, unhittable, 4-1 Yankees. Then game 2, same thing, 7-2 Yankees handled their business. David Cone pitched against Kevin Millwood. Yankees took a 3-0 lead in the first inning. Another block to Jeter. O'Neill opened up with singles. O'Neill driving in, not blocked. Double play ground out. Tino Martinez, Scott Brose drove in a run with singles to give the Yankees a 3-0 lead. In the third inning, Bernie Williams and Martinez hit leadoff singles before the former scored on Ricky Leday's double. So the Yankees just got out to a great start. And then Yankees added another one to lead off with Mulholland on Martinez ground that scored Jeter in the fourth inning. Led the inning with a double. Now a single in the fifth that scored Broches, also double to lead off the inning. Cone shut out the Braves for 7 innings, where Romero Mendoza pitched the eighth, scored his eighth, but in the ninth inning allowed a legal single to Chipper Jones. So after a 2-out walk, Jones scored on Greg Myers' single. So Jeff Nelson relieved Mendoza, allowed an RBI double to Brett Boone before getting Otis Nixon to the ground out to end the game and give the Yankees a 2-0 series lead. So this was the last victory of a World Series Game 2 on the road until the Texas Rangers won Game 2 of the 2011 World Series in St. Louis. So Yankees was up 2-0. And now they go back to the Yankee Stadium in the Bronx for Game 3, where the Yankees won an extra inning 6-5. Andy Pettitte pitched against Tom Glavine. Overall, this was a game where Atlanta got off to a great start. Pettitte got into some trouble. Brett Boone drove in Gerald Williams with the RBI double in the first. The Yankees tied the game in the bottom of the inning on Paul O'Neill's R&B single, but in the third, Brian Jordan had an RBI single, scoring Boone and Jose Hernandez double and Jordan and Andrew Jones in the fourth inning. Brett Boone double and Gerald Williams for the second time in the game to make it 5-1. He then was called out trying to steal third. Replays showed that he slid in just ahead of the tag, and this call likely cost the Braves a run. And Chipper Jones double hit 2 pitches later. Now Glavine was sharp through 7 innings, but gave up homers to Tino Martinez in the 5th and Chad Curtis, chipping the Braves lead to 5-3. The bullpen was solid, holding the Braves scoreless after Pettitte left the game. So in the 8th, a tiring Glavine surrendered a 2-run homer to Chuck Nowick to tie the game at 6-5. So in the bottom of the 10th, Chad Curtis hit a walk-off home run and second home run of the game off of Mike Rimlinger, giving the Yankees a 3-0 commanding lead. So the Yankees was 1 game away from the World Series, and they were able to close it out. Roger Clemens pitching against John Smoltz. Yankees won 4-1. In the third inning, the Yankees broke through when Tino Martinez singled off Ryan Klesko's foot with the bases loaded, driving in 2 runs. Jorge Posada followed with another RBI single, making the score 3-0. Clemens seeking his first World Series victory was outstanding, the only Braves scoring coming in the 8th when Boone singled and Walt Weiss. Jim Leyritz added another Yankees run with a shot in the 8th, adding to his legacy as a great postseason performer as one of the thorns in the side of Braves fans. Rivera had the World Series MVP as he got Keith Lockhart out to fly out to left field, but Chad Curtis made the final out. The Yankees became the first team to win the World Series in the consecutive sweep since the 1938-1939 Yankees. It was the first sweep by a team without home field advantage since 1966 when Baltimore swept the Dodgers. The Yankees were 11-1. Their postseason was the best ever, tied by Chicago White Sox. in 2005, and the Yankees players were each paid $326,000 for this World Championship. And the Braves, another reason why major reason why the Braves lost, obviously, was their hitting. They just didn't hit well. They batted just 200. That was their batting average in the 4-game series sweep by the Yankees. So this was the beginning of the end for the Braves. I mean, this was their 5th World Series appearance in the 90s for Atlanta, but the next decade in the 2000s, they will never get back. The 1999 World Series will be the Braves' last appearance in the World Series. So that is the best of times if you're a Brave fan. And Braves haven't been the same since. You know, they have not had that dominance like they had in the 90s. The problem with these Braves teams is that, yes, they made it to the World Series a lot. They only won one championship, now it's in 95. And they didn't win enough to be considered one of the all-time great teams in baseball history. So that concludes a look at the professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season. Part 36, the 1999 Atlanta Braves. Please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, do whatever you can to support this channel and this video in general. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.